Underground, overground, wombling free. Wombles of Wimbledon, coming are we. Well, hello. Let me grab a coffee and I'm going to tell you about Trade the Pool. Wait.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. And if this is your first time here, I am the big fella, that is the Scruffy Trader. And it must be true, because it says so on my mug. So what am I doing? Well, I'm trying to put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, do take a second to hit that little subscribe button. Genuinely helps, and we'll crack on. So Trade the Pool. What on earth am I talking about? Well, Trade the Pool is from a company that I deal with personally, the 5%ers. And it's a new brand that they've developed. They released it recently, and I've taken a little bit of time because I wanted to get my head around it and actually see whether it's good, bad or indifferent. Because the one thing on this channel is I try and keep it as real as it can be. If I think it's bad, I'll say it's bad. If I think it's good, I'll endorse it with my name. Now with the 5%ers, I do endorse them because they have my funds and I trade directly for them. And I know for the new people who've never seen me before, they're thinking, well, what authority have you got to speak? Well, I'm a 15-year plus veteran of trading. It is my sole income and I'm one of the few that'll show statements. In fact, here, I'll show you the 5%ers statements. And the last part of that was my certificate showing that I've proved the goods in real time. Now, one of the things I'm asked all the time is, do these guys pay you? Yes, they do. In fact, here, I'll show you my deal and you can see some of the payments that have gone in. So it's all real time. You can see it in the motion. There you go. Okay guys, this is my deal account. There you are, you can see it's my name up there. And what this is, it's a money exchange platform similar to PayPal if you like, where the 5%ers will pay in the dollars that I've earned, and then I can move that over to a bank of my choice or even into PayPal if I so wish. It's very simple, free, easy, safe. But what we're showing you here is that the 5%ers actually pay you. Okay, so as you can see, over the last couple of days I've been paid quite well. And if I just open this up and I'll show you a few of the things, they are constantly paying me all the time. And it is good, decent amounts, regular and on time. So this keeps me motivated to work with these guys because I can see the fruits of my labour. Excellent. So let me carry on.
Good job.
Okay, so now I've kind of put my credentials to bed a little bit. Who are the 5%ers? What are they? What can they do for you? And is there a benefit? Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to jump onto the computer screen and I'm going to show you exactly who they are. Now I am predominantly a Forex trader. I trade Forex. Now fortunately, the 5%ers have also moved over into indices, which is another passion of mine. And in fact, what I'll do before I go on to who the 5%ers are, I'll show you a challenge that I'm doing at the moment with an indices, which is predominantly the DAX. And you'll see that your challenges are possible. And then from there, we'll talk a little bit about who the 5%ers are. And then we'll drop it into Trade the Pool. Now, Trade the Pool is going to be very exciting for especially the guys in the US because of the day trading rules they have out there. A lot of people have trouble being able to day trade stocks and this is where Trade the Pool comes in. But let me jump onto the computer screen. We'll do 30 seconds or so of who the 5%ers are. We'll go onto the benefits of Trade the Pool. But if you are a stock trader, what I'm going to do, just to give you some heads up and a future way forward, I'm going to show you how to find that one stock that can possibly go to the moon. It's not as hard as you think, but when you're looking at over 3,000, you need a giant magnet to get that needle out the haystack. And I'm going to show you how to do it.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay guys, at my desk, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly flip onto the 5%ers homepage. We'll see who they are and we'll check out Trade the Pool. Okay, so this is the 5%ers homepage, and if you're unfamiliar with what a prop firm is, it's a company that will put the funds up for you to go to market. You trade it and then you split the profit. Very, very simple model, and it's the way prop firms work. However, they need to know you know what you're doing, and that's why you sometimes see evaluations. Now, there is a lot of differences between companies. Now, for me, I've traded with the 5%ers coming on 2 years now. As you've seen, they pay me pretty well, and I was recently requested by you guys if I would take you through a challenge from start to finish, and I want to show you that as well. Now, initially, what we are looking at here is the 3 programs that they have. This is what we're going to concentrate on, which is the new brand, Trade the Pool. If you are into Forex, you can look at the boot camp, and what it's designed for is somebody with limited funds but has the skill almost there, because there's a lot of trading resources there, and you have 3 challenges over 12 months, so you've got plenty of time to do this. And if you go through it, you get 100,000 account. Now, you can do it in a month, you can do it in 12. You are not time pressured, and that's what I like about these guys. There's not much pressure with them. Now, I do know what I'm doing, so I am on the instant funding, which means I can go straight to market, draw my profit from day one, and each time I hit a milestone, the account sort of increases significantly. But let me quickly show you my current stat, just for those following that journey, which is here. Over the last month, there we are. It's my name. Started 29th of August, so it's a new account, and the tagline was 40k by Christmas funded. Well, I'm at 431, and I've only got to get to 600, so I am well ahead of the game at this moment in time. My growth chart is pretty clean. I'm quite happy with it. I do lose, guys. I do lose. That's where you see the ripples, but I kill them very quickly. Now, that comes down onto this section where I always look at my profit factor rather than RRs, etc., because that tells me whether I'm profitable and sustainable. Well, I've done 222 deals, of which 83% is in profit, and it's given me a profit factor of 3.6, and it only has to be anywhere over 1. So I'm happy with this, and I currently don't have anything running. Okay, so I'm pleased with that. And there's also a legacy account that I'm running, and you see this quite regular as well, which is this one. Again, I've got a good equity curve. Recent news events slapped me, but I was good enough to kill them off. So I just need to work on this section here to get that back up to 2, but I'm well ahead of where I need to be. In fact, my winning factor is off the scale, and it's almost going round the clock like a car. And my next set of profits is due to pay out in 6 days. So again, I'm really pleased with how these guys operate and the way that they treat me. And if you look at the top here, if you are a member of the 5%ers, you can see some of my strategies, tools that I use, and webinars, because I've got total faith in them, so I give them my time. So where are we going with this? Well, let's have a little look, shall we?
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, guys. So this is Trade the Pool. Now, it isn't as daunting as you think it is when you see 3,000 products. What that is opportunity. And one of the good things about this program is that opportunity, especially for the US guys. I know I've mentioned it, but I just kind of want to hammer it home. You see, with this, you are looking to get a return on your investment. Now, your investment is either 240, 415 or 1180. And in the grand scheme of things, that is a tiny amount of money. But if you're a US client, what you need is 25,000. So if you're investing only a small amount, your return on investment is massive because it's giving you the opportunity to trade with the big funds. That's what this is all about. And it's how Trade the Pool works, because it is a central fund. And instead of giving your own account as you would, like I've just been showing you, you're given drawdown limits, and it's drawdown limits per day. So what it also means is if you lose today badly, you're not out of the game. You will have another chance tomorrow. Let me show you just to sort of illustrate something. If I go on to their back end, this is a snapshot of the sort of dashboard that you have. It'll give you a quick realization of where you need to be, because straight away it's like saying there you've got a 2,000 daily loss, so you can lose 2,000. But if you snap back to your investment, it was 1180. So you have a good amount of money already before you even start. And your max drawdown is 6,000 on this. In other words, 3 times your daily limit. Okay, and you have 30 days in order to achieve your daily profit. Okay, so that's the way it works. So you need 6 times your daily limit. So if you're 2,000, you need to generate 12,000 in profits. You will get a payout depending on which program you're in, between 50-50 to 65-35, and all of them are 50 trades minimum across the 30 days. So it's ideal for the day trader, and that's what this is all about. It's giving you the buying power to be a world-class day trader. So let me just jump back to this dashboard, and what you're seeing here is it's a kind of stripped down in the sense that it's not overwhelming you, because really as traders all we are interested in is how much have I got left for the day and where do I need to be on my goals. And that's what these are. Okay, so this will tell you how far you are into profit. This will tell you how far you are with your max drawdown. Now, one of the beauties of this sort of drawdown style is you're given a daily loss limit. And if you hit that limit, it means you have another 2 bites of the cherry. Fantastic. And there's a caveat to it as well, because not only have you got 2 bites of the cherry, when you are looking at traditional sort of indices traders, Forex traders on a prop firm, once you hit your drawdown, that's it. It's game over. And the only way that you can get back into the game is start from scratch. 0. So you have to pay your valuation fee and go through the whole process again. This one's slightly different, because if you were almost there, say you had 5 times your sort of allowance and you ran out of time, just buy the next month and you will start where you left off. So that's a fantastic return on investment as well. And when you look at this and the way that it's done, it is, well, let's put it this way. If you manage it properly, it's life-changing, right? Because it'll give you not only the funds that you require to trade, but it'll give you the profits required to live. Big thing. So how do you find them? How do you
actually find these trades? Well, that's what I'm going to go through. I'm going to do a couple of minutes and I'm going to go onto a website called FinViz, and I'm going to show you how to narrow down all of these stocks into just a handful that you can analyze on a daily basis, put into a watch list, and then trade it using Trade the Pool. And then from there, it comes down to your normal self-discipline and your education. Because trading stocks is similar to trading Forex and indices, my discipline, in the sense they still respond to levels, they still follow the true moving averages. And I say true moving averages because there's a difference between moving averages as well. You know, there's what the market looks at and there's what you're told to look at. Give you a quick example. When people talk about the 200-day moving average, they are meaning the day. So if you stripped out all of the faith holidays and all of the weekends, there's roughly 200 working days in a year. So that gives you a good plot point. Then when they talk about the 100, obviously it's 6 months of the fiscal year. A 50 is a quarter of a fiscal year. There are roughly 20 working days in a month. That gives you your 20 moving average. And then Monday to Friday, there are 5 days. Your 5 moving average. So they are the key moving averages which you look at on a daily chart, and they are what stocks, you'll be amazed how often they react at those points. So let me show you FinViz, and as I'm going through it, I'll explain a little bit more about Trade the Pool, and by all means drop it in the comments below, and if I don't know the answer, I'll definitely find it for you and respond. But at this moment in time, this is something brand new, and I do endorse it simply because I trust them. Okay, and having played around with it for the last week and a bit, it's pretty darn good. So let's have a look at FinViz.
Isn't that logical?
Okay, guys. So now you've had a good look at who the 5%ers are and kind of what they offer. You need to kind of put it all into practice from what you've seen. And you should have seen that they've got loads of resources to work through. And the buying power is excellent. I mean, to give an idea of leverage in cents for stocks, an average stock broker will give you roughly about 4 times your leverage. Within this program that you're just looking at, it's around 20 times leverage for your buying power. So again, it helps you choose the stock that you want to trade. More importantly, be able to afford it. And that's a great thing. But which stock? That's where the problem sort of lies. Do I trade Nike? Do I trade Amazon? Do I trade a penny stock? What do I trade? Well, you need a screener. And that's what this is. This will help you. It's a free to use website called FinViz. I use it all the time. Now, there's various different things. If you're a Forex trader, you can go on and see the heat map. And you often see my own strength. I work it out myself because I know how to do it. But there you are. It can tell you that the pound is the strongest on this day and the New Zealand is the weakest. So that could be a pair to look at. That's Forex. But if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major currencies to pick from. And then you do your cross pairs between them. It's not that difficult to filter. Now, if you're coming into this one, which is stocks, ETFs, that sort of thing, you have over 3,000 to pick from. That is a mammoth task. So a screener like this can help you. But again, you need to know what to plug into it. So how does it work? Well, you can have basic as it is, but if you click all, it opens right up. And if you look down here, if I pull this up, there is 426 pages of stocks. Too much to analyze on a day, because Trade the Pool is day trading. You have a daily loss limit, you have a maximum sort of time to get done, which is 30 days, you know. So it would take you 30 days just to read this. So how do you scan it down within a few minutes. Simple. Well, the first thing is you start stripping it back. Now, as a day trader, you want to see stocks that are volatile and moving. And one of the quickest and easiest way to do that is find out whether or not they've gapped. In other words, the pre-market has gapped it up. Now, you can put in whatever you want, whatever your criteria is. But a good rule of thumb is 2%. If it's gapped by 2%, that means there's a lot of interest in it. So that will help you start thinning this out. You must excuse this because it does have a lot. So just by putting the gaps in, it's dropped it to 18 pages. Okay. Now the next part is, what about volume? Because that's something that you need in a stock. You need to actually know somebody's interested in it. And some stocks are just worthless and they can be manipulated because of, well, just the small amount of money that it needs to move the product. So you need something that's somewhere in the middle, because some of the big stocks, where they don't move that much because they're very expensive. And then you've got the penny stocks, which are volatile. And as quick as they go up, they come back down again. Pump and dump, as they say. You want somewhere in the middle. So you want to be looking for an average volume. Now, a good average volume is 500 to 750k. Okay, so if you go 750k as your starting point, it'll narrow it down. But you want to know what the current volume is. So if that's its average volume, it's gapped. And if you look at the current volume and you step it up one, so in this case, that is over 750k. If we step it up to 1 million, it's pulled it down to 3 pages. These are all good volatile stocks that are working today. Okay. Now there are other ways you can go into this. You can get right into it. You can look at the RSI to see if it's overbought, oversold. So if you are only going long on your stocks, because that's a filter, you can decide, I only buy stocks. I don't sell. I only buy. Well, if that's the case, you want to see how deep it's oversold. Well, you go oversold 20. You are down to 2 stocks. Fantastic, right? Because we know they're at the bottom end. You know? And if there was a load there, you could drop it down to even 10. Well, there's none of them at 10. Okay. But so in that instance, you got it down to 2 stocks. Now, moving averages work very well with stocks, which is why I brought up how to read them properly. Because too many times you see just a 200 thrown onto a 5-minute chart. It means nothing, not a bean. You need to look at the right time frame for the right indicator. So here is a simple way of doing it. You can look across the 200, the 50 and the 20, which are the key ones, and then see if they're in alignment. And it's very, very simple. So at the moment, we have 3 pages based on an average volume, current volume, and a gap. Well, you go to the 200 moving average and you work your way down. You want to be able to see if it is above or below the 50. Well, you want it below the 50. So if we come down, 200 simple moving average below the 50. Now we're down to 1 page. So everything here is telling you that it's a good stock. And then you want to refine this again because you've still got 8 stocks to analyze. Well, there's your 50. We want to see where the 20 is in relation to it. So is the 50 above or below the 20? Well, if we're only buying, we want the 20 above it. So the 50 would be below. Down to here. Now we have 6 stocks to look at. You know, we've gone down from 3,000 to 6. That's a manageable basket for the day. And then what you do is you just systematically work your way through the charts, you know, and see if there's a one that you like. So for argument's sake, you just click on there. There's the chart. What can we see? Well, in this instance, I can see a massive drop, and it has a general up move, and it has been pulled back, and it's now moving back over. Now, if I was to draw a Fibonacci onto that, that would give me key points of attraction, which will help me guide the stock, because Fibonacci is another good tool to use. But what this has done is it's screened everything out, and basically if you remove all that is bad, whatever is left must be good. And that's how you use FinViz. Very simple way. So in summary, to trade the pool, you've got over 3,000 stocks, ETFs, etc. to use. You've got a robust platform that is easy to navigate. You have a back end that will quickly show you where you need to be. Basically what you're looking at is you have your daily loss limit versus your daily target limit, and the daily target limit is just 6 times whatever your daily loss is. And then the rest of it comes down to patience and homework. Very, very simple. So for your small investment, it's a way to go, especially if you live in the US. And for somebody like me who's a technical trader, drop into FinViz. That'll help you screen everything down, pull it into an excellent stock to trade, and then trade the pool's funds to profit. That's kind of my take on it. So I hope that helps. By all means, drop questions into the comments. Do visit the website. They do have a very good help desk, and if you're stuck, I'm sure they will clarify. But as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.